The one group that wasn't invited to the White House today, the financials, Wall Street CEOs, but that doesn't mean they're not making themselves heard. Lloyd Blankfein writing an op-ed in today's Wall Street Journal. Of course, he is the chairman and CEO of Goldman Sachs, on the fiscal cliff, saying the business plan for American revival. He's talked a lot about how it's very important to avoid this. He says, I believe the tax increases, especially for the wealthiest, are appropriate, but only if they are joined by serious cuts in discretionary spending and entitlements. He also went on to say sensible immigration reform is a high priority. That stood out to me because it's not just the CEOs saying you have to avoid this, you have to avoid recession, but it's actually specific policy advice that the president can take as he goes into these meetings with Republicans, even though he didn't get to go to the White House to tell the president in person.
Well, let's see if the politicians follow up on that with any kind of action. This month, as we know, saw a historic election in the U.S. and also a historic transfer of power in China. So now that it's over, Bloomberg View columnist Clive Crook writes China and the U.S. should make the best of being frenemies. He says nothing matters more for the well-being of the world than peaceful relations between China and the U.S. Both have a compelling interest in getting along, and both are apt to succumb to saber rattling. They're especially prone to scapegoating, turning up the nationalistic pride when there are domestic stresses, whether it's a weak U.S. economy and labor market here at home or a slowing economy and rising inequality, income inequality over in China.